Right, let's get started then, shall we? Hopefully everything's okay from my tests. Yeah, and we're just going to do some Satisfactory, some chilling, and starting from the beginning. I'm going to skip the intro because if you want to see the intro stuff, get the game yourself. I have played this game a lot. I sort of know what I'm doing. I have ideas. I have plans. And yeah, we're just going to.
From main transport complete.
Oh, did we forget to skip it? Oh, we might have forgot to skip it. Never mind.
All pioneers functional. Initiating dispersion. Attention, Pioneer. I am Ada, your personal instance of the artificial.
Do you know what? I don't want to do the thing, so I'm going to go back to main menu. I don't want to do the onboarding. I've done it too many times. And like I said, if you want to see it, get the game. But yeah, this is if you no idea what this is, it's a factory efficiency sort of building thing. I love it. Skip intro. That's what we want to do. Start game. Right, so I've got some ideas. I kind of want to do. We started basically in the area I want to start in as well, which is nice. My plan is I'm going to have multiple hubs. So I'm going to have, obviously we're starting in the green field, so we're going to have a factory here. I can't really show you on the map. We're going to have a factory here in this area, and then we're going to have, in fact, we're going to have the factory literally just here, and we're going to have a bunch of other things satelliting into one main facility. So we're going to have like a bunch of little mega factories, and then we're going to have little bits going into that, and then that's being transported to a central hub elsewhere, and we're going to do that for each and every zone in the game. That's the plan. But for now, we just need to get started. There's a lot of stuff to do to start.
This semi-slug species seems to persist entirely through absorbing and storing energy from its surroundings. Studying this could provide new methods for improving fixit production line efficiency. Store this potential resource for later use.
Thank you, Ada. Right, this is where we're going to be starting. It's where I pretty much start all the time when I do one of these projects. We've got a good source of iron here. There's a, I forgot how you ping, but there's a limestone node there. There's one node there. There's copper up here. And there's a bunch of things around, so it's a good space for us to start. First of all, I'm going to get rid of this guy. Just so we can start building, getting up to phase 1 and 2.
Samples of new alien species acquired. Notable features are blunt teeth, suggesting it is herbivorous, and a thickly plated skull and spine, suggesting it is proficient at inflicting and receiving blunt force trauma. Preserve the remains for later study.
And we will. We will do that. But first we need to clear this area. Okay. Let's set up the hub over here, and this will be our first start of goals. So, to unlock various different things here, which we will need to extend and build more stuff and produce more things, we need to get producing these basic materials in the first place. So, to do that, we're going to need to set up some rudimentary lines just to get some basic materials going, and I believe we can hold 40 bits of power on these, 20 megawatts each. Yeah, so we're going to need, we can probably have 2 lots of these going to start, just making some basic stuff, and this is by no means permanent. And this one needs to go into smelters. This is kind of the rush to get through this first super boring early bit. That, and then these are going to go into constructors. And then over here, you're going to go into one as well. And then these will go into storage containers. Let's try and have them facing base. And this can be super spaghetti for now, that's fine. One of these, hook these up. Here, these three. Hook into that. And this will be our point of entry for now. But before we do anything there, we need this to be set to iron. Yes, I'm going super fast because this is the super boring beginning stage. We'll do the iron rods there, iron plates. That'll be start of stuff. Will we need another power thing? I think so. Can we make biomass? We can already. Okay. We'll do that to start. Get the words. Let's go with $100 each. We should have enough, yes. So we might be able to get away with setting up the concrete one as well while we're waiting for some of that to get going. Because concrete's going to be the first early bottleneck. It's going to be this concrete. We need a miner into a constructor. Concrete. Now, annoyingly, this is in pure mode, so it can only produce 30 per minute, and concrete needs 45, so we're just going to have to underclock. This is going to have to basically run under efficiency to start, which is a bit annoying, but we can upgrade that later. For now, what we might do is if I had some more miners, we can probably make some though if we have the equipment workshop. Plop that down. Just make 2 more because I will have 2 just here, so we can manually make some if need be, and then we'll use the other one to set up the first lot of copper stuff up there to get that building up, and then we're probably going to need another power thing, and we'll go out and gather a bunch of leaves to do some power. Where's this guy? Let's get rid of him. Tick tock tick. Actually, from here we might get a good view. So this entire area is going to be iron stuff basically, and for the most part this is where this mega hab is going to be for this area. There's some more iron back there which we'll probably use to build our modular frames when we get to them. There's a massive crater over there which is good for iron and coal, so we can probably do some steel there and ship it into here. We'll have our train station to ship it off somewhere else. There's a bunch of stuff over there that we can use, so I think this is a good first area to get stuff going. Let's have this go. Hopefully we've got enough bits to send this straight down there, so we don't have to. No, we need some more plates. Okay, we'll just get this ready. Can we look it up? We can. Cool. We don't need to yet. It doesn't need to be going because we can't hook this up. Yeah, we need to get all these basic stuff out of the way first before we can do any really big thinking. So sort of just trying to rush past all this nonsense. Okay, there's some more plates. Bring you down here. That can go into a smelter. And then that smelter can go into a constructor. And this, for now, could be making our wire. There we go. Hook that up. That might be enough of our power now. We might be at capacity. Oh, it won't be once we add these in. Then it's going to go over. There we go. The dreaded noise. So we need to build some more biomass burners. Eventually, we'll set up a whole thing for this. And we're running low on materials. Okay. So we've got some... Let's get rid of these. So for the biomass burner, we need some wire. So we're going to have to manually make some wire, which is a bit annoying. We don't want to have to manually craft everything. We want everything to be nicely automated, but beggars can't be choosers when you're at the beginning of the game. So we're going to have to just sit here and manually mine. Well, that should be enough. Good old slide and jump to make it go quicker. There we go. Right, copper ingots to get the wire. How much wire do we need? 25. Okay, that'll be enough. Let's get the biomass burner in. Just have that here and hook that into any network will be fine. Oh, I need cable. Nice. Okay, that's fine. We can do one cable. Right, that hooks that in. You can have the rest of that. Turn this on. That should be enough for our power for now. Yep, we will need some more biomass going. Split them between 3. Just pop that in there, pop that in there. That'll do it for now. Right, that should have all of that moving. I need to hook this up. That should hopefully be processing. Is it coming down? It seems stuck. Why is that? There we go. There we go. Right. That should go down here. And that will go into copper ore and turn into ingots. So this will be the first lot of starting stuff. To make sure we don't run out of power, I'm going to go over to this little wooded area over here and just collect a bunch of leaves and stuff for now while we wait for the first lot of stuff to come in. Oh, quartz. This is useful.
Unknown crystalline mineral collected. This mineral is composed of the same chemical elements as quartz and may yield similar industrial functions. Store this potential resource for later use.
Yes. Quartz obviously used for glass, but also useful for a very cool thing.
Potential edible collected. If consumed before authorized as compatible with the human digestive system by Fixit, the consumer is responsible for any and all consequences. Store this potential resource for later use. Potential edible collected. Eating it and surviving does not count as a valid field test and does not generate enough data for Fixit to make an informed decision. Store this potential resource for later use.
literally mega boring at the moment, just collecting stuff. That should be a good amount for now. We'll come back and clear this out once we set up our rudimentary bio-based power system, once we get solid biofuel. But eventually we will move over to coal. This is a super temporary thing just to get us going. For now, we want to kind of rush to coal ASAP. Looks like these two are done. So let's get some of these out. And then let's manually craft some fuel for now. And some of this concrete. Then we can get the base building bits sent off. I think our next goal, probably logistics Mark II. So we can get splitters and stuff. Which will be good. Chink, chink, chink. Should be enough fuel to keep these machines going, at the very least. Right, let's top these up so we don't run out while we're working. Should give us a good amount of time. They run 10 per minute. There's 200, so we've got 20 minutes worth of stuff. Okay, we can get a lot done in 20 minutes. And once we've got this concrete, we can send off the base building. I also need to go and look out for some hard drives at some point, because I hate not having the cast screw extra recipe. So I'll do that. Chink, chink, chink. Just get rid of that for now. Block those in. So it's just waiting on the chalk. Oh, I forgot to give you a damn! I forgot to give you one of these. We need some rods. I forgot to give you one of those. Explains why that's backing up. There we go. Middle mouse click to copy. Need you hold down Control to see that. Unsure if that's working. There we go. That should start seeing that going there now. Cool. What also might be worth doing is taking out some of this and just putting it in here so it keeps up with efficiency for a while. But we will need a bunch of this concrete so we can make everything into a parking lot, essentially. Right, a little bit more. Right, while that's doing, I'm going to clear some of this area ready for when we pave this all out. There we go. We'll get rid of these with the we'll get rid of those with the chainsaw in a mo. Did we set up a... We didn't. Well, that's something else we needed to do. We needed to set up a storage container for the wire. That's fine, we'll just manually it for now. Some of this wire we'll need to make into cable. We'll probably do that now. We'll just have like a little stockpile of it. That'll do. Right, let's quickly chuck in one of these here. Just stockpile this wire until we can split it. Cool, there you go. And that should be going in there. Yep, lovely. Get concrete. Right, send this off. Ready for launch. There we go. Watch the thing take off.
Milestone reached. Several new structures are now available for improving factory organization. Foundations provide a building grid, which makes it easier to manage placement of any structure. In the event that you are experiencing amnesia for all events prior to planetfall,
Okay.
be reassured that memories of beloved humans and/or animals would have only been distractions from your important mission.
Okay. Whatever you say. Right, next is we want this logistics. We should be able to actually get this out pretty quickly once the pod returns, which is nice. We've got the base building so we can have foundations, so we can start planning that stuff out. We want this. Well, we want all of these, really. The only thing we don't really need is jump pads. It's not something we really need. But yeah, once we get all of this area done, getting this would be great. Getting that would be great to start thinking, but we need to get all of these three probably first. Field research can wait for a moment. Probably more important to get logistics, obstacle clearing, and eventually this. But we can make do for now. In the meantime, we need to just make sure we're getting tons and tons of this stuff. How much power do we have? 70. We can probably whack on another miner at the end. But let's just wait until we do the proper build. Right, concrete. Smash out some concrete. Right, the freighter's back. We don't need this copper. We'll do this iron while we're here. Just manually make some plates and stuff. Chink, chink, chink. Oh, that's enough. This is too boring to... That's enough. Chink, chink, chink. Right, there we go. Right, you can go away. You're keeping going. Right, check. How are we doing for here? Got 100. 59 there. I think arguably maybe this logistics one should have been done first. Probably. Argument to be made for that. And the reason is, if you look at all these miners, they're all backing up. A normal node can give 60 per minute, and this can only smelt 30, so half of this is kind of going to waste. So we can actually double these up, and the same goes for all of these. We could double all of them up, so we can have 6 smelters going off of these 3 nodes. So at the moment, I could be making twice as much stuff if I had the logistics, the splitter, to split this up, but I currently don't have it. Argument to be made to get that first before base building, I guess. But there we are. Sort of just waiting for stuff to come online. And we can start. Right, that's close to being done. Let's fill up these power, just in case. Let's go, and do we have enough to make a biomass burner? No. Need enough to make 2 really as well. Let's make some more cable. T. There we go, right. So I know where there is a hard drive. You can at least go and pick one up while we're waiting for these to finish. It's over here somewhere. Let's go up to the copper. So eventually here, in terms of copper, we won't always be running this down to the bottom there. This will most likely stay up here, and we'll flatten out, yeah, this area here look good. We'll flatten out this and use this to make the copper stuff. We need to go up there and get that at some point. I think there's 2 iron nodes over there as we can use for something else. I'm not too sure what we use that for yet. But we'll go out and head and find this. What's this? Bauxite. Now, sure, we'll take some. We won't need this for forever, but we'll take it. There's another slug. Let's pick that up while we're here. We'll need those for making power shards so we can overclock stuff. Okay, right, here's one of the drop pods. Get rid of the local wildlife. Come on in. Didn't finish yet. Like being a bullfighter fighting these. There we go, it's done. Pick up its carapace. Pick up the freebies. Some concrete is good. Wire. Okay, and then this one I believe needs some power, yeah, to unlock it. And inside will be our glorious. Oh, we didn't bring enough things to make a power pole. We might be able to. Yeah, there we go. Dismantle one of those. That's good. Right, we'll hook that up, and then we'll power these real quick. That won't work, but this should. This should work. Once they get going. 60, there we go. That should let us now activate the pod. There we go.
Damaged hard drive successfully acquired. All pioneers are contractually obliged to preserve and secure any recovered hard drives for future analysis, which may result in benefits to the Fix-It mission. Speculation as to why there are crashed freighters in your Fix-It designated zone is discouraged as specified in your contract.
Okay. If I had access to the map, I would clear this off the map, so I knew not to worry about it, but I guess I'll do that later. But that's one of the hard drives, and I remember where a few others were. I just hope we get cast screws straight away, because I need that recipe. I can't live without that recipe. Otherwise we're going to have to make iron rods and turn them into screws. I'd rather just go straight into screws. Right. We should have a good amount of stuff going here now. Yep, there we are. It's getting dark. Let's take all that. Take all that. There we go. Right. This is the stuff we want. The splitters. Right, let's put this wherever you want them.
Split and lift to save space and enhance the productivity of your factory. Fix-It encourages you to consider investing in verticality when it comes to factory logistics. If you feel stressed by this complexity, imagine yourself on the shore of a vast and calm ocean. Breathe in. Visualize all the people relying on you. The sea is made of billions of faces, each staring at you with hope and tears in their eyes. Breathe out. Feel refreshed and focused on your duties.
Oh, can't jump over that. And you know what, I think before we do this, let's get the power grid going. We've got the two things we need. Actually, no, that's not true. We need biofuel. We need this one. We're not actually making screws at the moment, so we could manually make the cable, I guess. Actually, no. You know what? Let's make this more efficient. Let's do that and split this. Split that into there. This will need to be hooked into power. I need to... Okay, we'll start off another thing over here. Go here. We'll hook you in. It's a bit messy, but that's what it is. Right, that's making that. You can then... Because this only needs 15. Oh, we don't even need a second one of you, really. We can have this be under power. We can have this be split. And then that will make our wire. Our cable. You can go into here. You make more wire. And then you will go into another one, which will make us cable. You need a lot of wire for cable. But we can keep you... We can just let you run like this for now. Just so we've got stuff. We've got some being made. And what we could do is just manually put in our wire for now. Like that. So it's working. That gets our cable going. We might need another one of these soon. Before we set up our main grid. Let's just get this ready. Tuck it into something. Go hook into that. Let's just be double sure we've got power, so we can split this over here to make screws, just so we've got a base for screws as well. Yeah, let's cut. Let's just cut into this. It's overlapping a stone. No, that's annoying. Okay, we'll do it the longer way then. More machines. And your splitter. Right, you go into here. You're making iron. Then you go into here to make iron rods. Then iron rods can go into here to make screws. It's 10, so it's going to be a bit 5 left over, but sure. We just need it. We need it working at the moment. Not too worried about anything else. We need to cut into this power supply as well. So we need to make another one of these. Right, you can all hook into that. Lovely. And then a logistics. Sorry, a cargo container. Right. This should start. This gets us somewhere. How are we doing for power? 64 capacity is 100 with the 4 things. Okay. That'll get us started for things. But we will want to set up our power grid before we do any other stuff. Yeah. What's our next goal? We need to work on the obstacle clearing. How much for the field research? Okay. Let's head towards this. And we'll go from there. Yeah. Right. We want our foundations. Let's put that on 5. So we're going to start setting this up where our power grid's going to go. Our temporary biofuel grid, which should keep us going for a while, at the very least. We are going to put it probably here. I'm going to have our main facility is going to run like here. Probably encompass this entire area. We'll have our power grid here. And I'll think about where the hab's going to go a bit later. But we'll have this be... yeah, like here. This might be a bit too high. I don't want it necessarily to run into these rocks either. But let's change the zoom. Oh no, this is perfect. 3 across should be okay to start. Now what we're going to do basically, this will be our first proper facility. We're going to have a line of biomass burners on our side. And we'll probably have 4, so we'll have 4 on each side. So 4 times 30. Sorry, 8 times 30, 270 megawatts of power. That should be enough to start us off. I mean, failing that, we could add one on the end here if we needed to. But that's going to be the plan. So we're going to have basically splitters all the way down here in the middle like that. I won't need to do it just yet. But we'll have constructors here that make take all the leaves we collect, all the wood we collect, and they'll make them into the correct thing, then into fuel, and into biofuel, and it'll feed them into it. So we won't have to think about it. We can pretty much leave it to do its stuff, but we need to get the materials first to get this all going. Should have an influx of screws coming. Yep, it's good. Slowly building up, and it will slowly build up, but I don't want to overbuild when we can build our proper facility at some point in the future, and it'll be a lot quicker to do it that way. Let's get rid of all of that. Right, we don't need this stuff in our inventory currently. We won't need rotors for ages. We won't need this. Wood can go. Yeah, that's fine. Right, let's just assume concrete and cement. We're going to need so much concrete for all the foundations. I've got some big ideas. Big ideas. It's just annoying we have to get through this. Let's turn my light off. We need to get through this boring stage to start. I'm hoping by the end of tonight we'll at least get this done. And then I can put the tower up there and show y'all what it's going to end up like. Right. Yeah, we're just literally waiting on more screws and wire. Very close. Now we also need wire for that. That's annoying. We've got the power up. Maybe we could splice in. Yeah. Maybe that's. Oh, this ain't got power. Ooh, there we go. Maybe we can cut in another wire. The thing is, I know we need a bunch of wire right now, but in the future we're not going to need much at all. It quickly becomes something that just disappears. The need for it, at least. Right, let's hook you in. Let's put a merger in here. Wire, yep. And then this is copper. There we go. And again, this isn't mega efficient, but we're doing it for now because we have the need to do it for now. We need to splice this into another pole again. This is mega messy. I'm And we should be fine for power up to 76, yeah. There we go. And that should get us some more bits and bobs there. Yeah, what can we do while we're waiting for that to build up? We can go collect some more wood and things, or we can go hunt for some. Go hunt for some hard drives, maybe. Trying to think necessarily where they might be. I know there's one over here, not too far away. Oh yeah, we can go try and grab some power slugs as well. There's quite a few over here. What's this, sulfur? Oh, it is.
Unknown chemical element collected. This non-metallic and multivalent element seems to be present only in a solid state and exhibits a most pungent smell. It is fortunate fixit helmets are of such high quality. Store this potential resource for later use.
I don't need that. Isn't there a thing here somewhere? Ah, here it is.
The astrobiologist Dr. D.M. Mercer was the first to recognize the presence and probable nature of these alien artifacts. These chain-melted state spheres are named in his honor. Each sphere emits a unique signal and will require study to determine local application. Store it for later use.
Oh, Katerium. I'll take some of that.
Unknown metal collected. This metallic element is showing properties similar to those in Group 11 on the periodic table, such as high conductivity and malleability. Store this potential resource for later use.
Just take out a couple of these. Where's the other one? These things can scare the hell out of you. You don't know they're there, and then all of a sudden they whack into you and knock you off a cliff. Oh, there we go. Right, there's them. Right, there's another guy over here. Another slug. It's not fallen off the cliff. I think down here there's some copper and stuff down here. Yeah, some copper down there. Like possibilities for a copper facility here. I think there's might be some iron here as well. We could maybe do like a stitched reinforced plates. Oh, there's two of you. Gotcha. How do you bring up your scanner? I generally don't. That's emotes. Really not had to use the scanner at all when I played this. Is it you? Oh, what is the button? Control key bindings. Quick search, no. Toggle fly? I don't have fly. Object scanner. I can't remember. Never mind. Is this the right spot? Yes, it is. This one's a bit of a pain to get to. Let's do. Oh, there we go. Let's cheat. See, there's a yellow one there. Let's try not to be knocked off the edge by this guy. I knew there was a guy here. Gotcha. There might be another one. Right. So here, let's make a little ramp down to there. Let's just hook that on tell that to be safe. This is where we're going to get some early Caterium for now. Ouch. Nice.
Samples of unknown alien species acquired. Their weaponized plasma is most likely stored as a stable chemical substance in an organ close to their mouth, and only turns volatile when exposed to one of the chemical elements in the air. Preserve the remains for later study. Potential edible collected.
Here's the other one I wanted to go
Reminder that
to.
look and smell alone do not provide sufficient data to determine exact risk of consumption. Just because it looks like you can eat it does not mean it won't eat you. Store this potential resource for later use.
Where is it? I can hear it. Where is it? There it is. So another one? Right, do we need anything for this? Just some copper sheets, coal, which we picked up earlier. Another 3 hard drive. And some free goodies. That's what we like. Clear this out. Oh, a modular frame. We don't have the room. Let's see. Oh, I'm collecting the leaves. Kind of want all of this. I guess we'll leave it for now. We can always come back. Oh, which means we don't have room for the what's it? Whatever. The yellow slug. That's fine. We can come back. We've got plenty of time. All right. Let's just quickly GTFO because I think there's a big charger up here. So we want to get out of here. Let's make a bridge across to here just so we can quickly get back to there if need be. And let's head back to the base. Collect some stuff on the way. And they should have a good amount of stuff saved up for the next part of the milestone. Oh. Can't wait to get some Blade Runners running around so much quicker. I can hear a slug. Must be up there. Oh no, it's this I can hear. Let's pick that up real quick. See ya! Out. Okay. Out. Go on then. Bring around the posies. Gotcha. Right, let's head back. These are useful to gather up early, the alien stuff. You can make them into the DNA pods for some extra tickets in the shop for when we unlock the shop, which will be nice. Zoom across the map there. Right. Got a bunch of stuff. Loads of money. Right. That's stocked up nicely. We should have a bunch of wire now that we can take. Very nice. Let's put this away. We don't need that. Field research. Bam. We want obstacle clearing.
Milestone reached. Supply the molecular
we can
analysis
almost
machine,
complete this
referred
as well.
to as the MAM, with local resources to research and develop new technologies. Potential technologies include exploration tools, weapons, and factory buildings. These are essential for maximizing your Pioneer efficiency in alignment with Fixit's core pillars: construct, automate, explore, and exploit. To advance Fixit's mission, all notable phenomena, resources, technology, or other influence should be investigated regardless of any perceived danger, as stated in the Pioneer contract.
Okay, right. Now we're going to research a bunch of our stuff while we're waiting for the ship to return. I'm sorry, Ada, we're going to skip over what you're going to say. I've got too much stuff to do. Hatcher, we haven't killed a hatcher yet. I haven't found a stinger, but I know where we can get one. Spitter we can do. Need to make
The remains
that
researched
for the
belong
DNA.
to an organism that tends to nest near objects emitting specific types of resonance. Spitters are called as such due to their ability to
5.
create and spit plasma.
Okay, Ada, thank
Spitter
you.
remain.
We don't have time for this right now. Start. Unlock the DNA. Extra infancy slots is fantastic.
Research
1,000 wire,
completed. Alien protein can now be turned into biomass or alien
Reload, that's
DNA
useful.
capsules. In addition, we get.
Thank you. Thank you, Ada. Right, so for now, basically most of our DNA, our food is going to be turned into... I said food. Hog protein is going to be turned into capsules for the sink. Once we get the sink. Okay. Right, let's drop that off. Let's get the other research going. We can research the spheres. And this will unlock the dimensional depots, which are super useful. I know where a sloop is. I know where we can get some SAM. Caterium. Let's unlock this. Right, we need to get some more of that. These we can research as well. That's the ship coming back.
If you are rushed,
There we go. Power slugs.
I want.
We want this. We want this overclocking thing, so we can overclock this miner to make it 45. So let's make a couple power shards. And now our thing's back. Let's see if we can send it off for this straight away. Almost. We probably have enough. The obstacle thing. Yes, we do. There we go. Send off 2 in quick succession. That's nice. That's nice. Right, that's all
Milestone
of
reached.
tier 1.
Solid biofuel created from any biomass
We will
ensures
want
maximum
both
efficiency
of
of
these.
biomass burners. To aid in biofuel production,
probably want this
the
first.
chainsaw allows for the.
Okay, thank you, Ada. I'm going to finish our research. Build a chainsaw. Right, we want this. Nothing more there. Quartz, we can start getting some of this stuff. But we need a better source of quartz for later to get these. We need these later on as make you run faster. And sulfur, we don't really need to do much with until much later. Right, let's get one of the hard drives scanning because it takes 10 minutes. There's other stuff we can chuck away that we don't necessarily need. So we don't need the barrel nuts. That can stay in our inventory for now. You can go. You will convert. Get rid of all of you. We'll keep hold of that. Let's pick these up. And we will overclock this to 45. So now that matches this. And it will actually produce at the rate that we want it to. Obviously we'll need to get more than just one for the amount of concrete we will need, but it's a start. So we need to build ourselves a equipment workshop, which I think we made one, didn't we? Is it one out here? We get rid of it. We got rid of it. Equipment workshop. So we can make the chainsaw. Need some more screws. Okay. Still need more screws. 6 more screws. Well, we can make some manually for now. There we go. Get ourselves the chainsaw. There we go. Okay, so now we have this. We'll need some biofuel, some proper solid biofuel to fuel it. And then we'll work on our power grid. 20 should be enough. Right, and then we'll start working on this. So we're going to need 7 more of these. Okay, so we're going to need a bunch more iron plates. Oh, nice lot of iron plates. So let's get this going. So I want these to be even. Dush. Dush. That's not level. That's not level. Did it wrong again. There we go. Then these, we just want to copy the splitters going down with the correct facings. There we go. And we don't have access to the higher tier belts. Mark 1 belts, which these are, can only do 60 items per minute. And we're just gonna have to slow feed, but we don't need to fast feed these. So that'll be fine. Then we're gonna want just a temporary central spire. Let's change to vertical, which our main need to get up there, so I put it into the middle. Which our main power pole is going to go from until we get to the large poles. I've done this in a really awkward way. Okay, get lost. Thank you. Get up here, up here. Right, let's put this is the main pole. We'll put that there, and that can hook up to these. And then this will connect to the other side, and then we'll hook all that in. And these will run along here. Cool. Oh, get me up on that. There we are. And up on here. And then we'll connect to them like so. So when these are running, they'll be hooked into the grid. And we can do the same on the other side. This is a little bit overbuild, overkill, but I kind of like the symmetry of having multiple poles. How have we done it? We've done it. This is going to... That's going to this one, so we want this one to go to that one. Let's get up onto here. Cool. That's that. And then we're going to have... So feeding to this will be the biofuel. But because we're going to have the biofuel coming from... I suppose it's not coming from 2 sources. It's just going to come from one. But if it gets backed up, we want it to store it, I guess. So let's have a storage container. And we'll have that on the end here. And then that will feed biofuel straight into that. And feeding into here. So we're going to need to build this out a bit. Feeding into here, we will have... does that matter too much? Grid's shut down. We've probably just run out of fuel in one of them. Now we'll get this set up first. Right, so that's solid biofuels into there. We need the constructor that's going to make the solid biofuel. That will go feed into here. That's not nice and straight. We want it to be nice and straight. That's curvy. Okay, maybe I'll bring this forward then. There we go. So this will be solid biofuel, which needs 120 biomass, which we won't be able to get until we get the Mark II belts. But for now, this will be fine. And feeding that will be another one of these. Let's have... yeah, it could be like this, that's fine. So this will need to be a Mark II belt at some point. But for now, that's fine. And feeding that, we're going to have 2 of these. Have one there. I need a little bit more. Yeah, that'll do. And one of these will turn all the leaves we gather into biofuel, and one of these will turn all the wood. So this one will say is leaves. This one will say is wood. You know, it's 60 to 300. There's no way we can get a belt that'll do that, but it'll be it'll work. It will work. And then we're just going to have these go into a merger. So these lines will merge, go into here. This will be the biomass, which will go into here to convert to biofuel. The biofuel will go into here to back up and then disseminate throughout here. And now we just need to hook these guys up to power. So let's run a line to somewhere sensible. The end. And hook these guys in. And then hook that guy in. Which we can just do straight off this. Now once we have power, yeah, these can get going. So this was the leaf line. Yes, so let's pop these in there for now so we can see this working. And what we're going to do, we could also put some of our that straight in there, so that can start being made straight away. And what we can do in the meantime is just manually power everything back on. We don't need these anymore. We won't need whatever's in this anymore. Won't need these at all, in fact. We'll get these running. Right, let's pop. We don't want them to be right at the beginning because we want them to gain the fuel. So if we pop like 40 in 4 of these, and then these guys should burn through this before anything happens. So it'll get these going, and then these will start to power up, and then we can hook in everything else once these have started. Because this will all back up eventually. Yeah, there we go. So once our power, yeah, power's getting nice and high, so we can hook this pod into our main lot of machines. And then we shouldn't have to worry about power for a while once we hook this in. Hopefully. Hopefully this should run. There we go, yep. 240. Hooked in, everything's running. Nicely. Right, that was our man. There we go. Fingers crossed for car screws. Rescan.
Hard drive analysis completed.
Not great.
Alternative recipe selection available in the MAM.
What we're going to do is going to keep these here so they don't reappear, and we'll just we'll scan our second one. Really want car screws to be going before we do anything. Oh, we've got our map. Nice. Dismantle crate. That was from the stuff we left over. But we're going to put on a marker for drop pod done. We'll just say tick, select, apply. And we'll do the same where the other one was, which I think is like up here somewhere. Nope, caps lock's on. There we go, so we know. Okay. Right, grid's going. Now we can look at doing some of this. But what we're going to do first. Let's clear this. First of all. Clear this area ready for building the main iron factory. Which will be here. Okay. There we are. Right, what we're going to do first is, just so we are pretty sure we're not going to run out of power while we're planning and building, is cut down a lot of this over here. We'll feed those into the machine so we can keep our power going for, you know, however long we need it to. And then, while that's going, I can work on the actual iron facility for now. And we also need to hope we get cast screws. Come on, chubby chop. There we go. A good amount of this stuff should keep us going for a while. We got 2 stacks of wood yet? No. Let's probably stop when we get 2 stacks of wood. Casual deforestation. Yeah, that's a good amount. That's a good amount. Caterium, that's fine. We can leave that for now. Let's head back to base, drop this stuff off. Up we go. Right, this was the wood one? Yeah. Drop the wood off in there. Drop the leaves off in there. That should keep us going for a while. That will start to back up. That's already getting some stuff in it, which is nice. These won't be these won't feed through these until these have run out, which is nice. This is building up a supply because we're kind of doing a manifold here, a very inefficient one, but it doesn't matter because we're fine slow feeding this. Okay. Next, there. Now we've got that. Is we want to pave all this in, pretty much. So we're going to need a lot of this, which means a lot of... we don't need a chainsaw, thank you. We need a lot of plates and a lot of concrete. In fact, I'm almost tempted to kind of move a bunch of this already. Get this out of the way. And we'll make do with what we have. We can probably turn off these machines. I'd love to keep them running, but they're kind of in the way of where I want to build. We keep that's running, that's fine, I guess. Right, foundations. We want to build it just off this rock. We don't want to build it in the rock, but we want it on the world grid. So that's along will be fine. We want it about 7 across. So so 6 more, I guess we need. That should bring us just before this wall, and then however long it needs to be this way. We can go 10, I guess, for now, and then we'll fill this in. We might need some more room. Oh, we're out of concrete. Okay. That's good. That's alright. Being out of concrete's fine. Because we have, I assume, plenty stocked up. It's if we start running out of the other bits where I'm a bit worried. Right. Go. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 3 either side. This is the central one. We'll have this here, and this is where we'll funnel each of the miners in. So we'll have one like that, dosh, and we'll probably have one at a right angle, and we'll have them be come in like so. But we want that building cannot be nudged. We want this nicely here. Thank you. And then the same for over here. Can I nudge this across? There we go. So we have the 3 inputs coming here. These can kind of connect. However, that's not a nice way to do that. That's okay. Again, not very nice. That's fine. That's fine. So I have them feed in, and then we're going to have 6 smelters here. So each one can feed 2. So we need 6 of these, and we'll set them up in such a way where we'll do like this. Let's say have it on the edge of the last one, so we can keep the last one 3. We'll do the same on this side. Dosh, dosh, dosh. So we'll have this first one will split in the middle, make it a splitter. This first one will go in there, and it will split between these 2. And this next one will go. This should turn nicely into that. Conveyor belt's too steep. What do you mean? This should go here into there. Don't know why that's too steep. And then that can split into these 2. And then basically the same over here. We're going to have a splitter on the end. That's going to go into here. And these will all be iron. And we can copy and paste these as we go. Cool. So we've got 60, 60, 60. It's 180 iron ore going to 6 of these, which can each process 30 iron ore a minute. So we'll have 180 iron ingots to play with. We just got our man research back. I'm hoping and praying that we have cast screws. Fuse wire. Please cast screws. Rescan. Yes! This is what we want. We want those cast screws. Fantastic. And the reason why, like I've said, normal screws take iron rods, which means you have to make a whole other production line to make iron rods. But if you just have cast screws, it just takes a weird amount of iron. But what I like to do, if you do 40 per minute, you get 10. So one So all of a sudden, one smelter, which does 30, can make 120 screws, which is very convenient when you look at the next part of the recipe we want to look at, which hopefully it would be nice if we had enough to do here. It's part of the part assembly. We might have to custom make some bits just to get this pushed through. But yeah, 120 screws. I believe you can cut it into two for 60, and the bolted plates take 60 screws or something like that. There's something I worked out. I can't remember exactly what it was. There's some way I worked out there. It works out nicely. Just got to push through this. And we will need some leftover plates for other bits, so I guess we'll make a bunch of these. We also need some screws. We need 90, in fact. Okay, that'll do. Let's send this off, and then I can get back to thinking what I was thinking.
Milestone read, including project. By completing
Yes,
this
thank
note,
you.
do not worry about your inadequate crafting skill.
Okay, this is the important thing. The assembler. I need some rotors apparently, but luckily I found some, didn't I? Here we are. The assembler. So far we've been using constructors which make one thing at a time. These take two things, normally two built things, and make something else. And the reinforced iron plate, if we look, yes, 60 screws and 30 iron plates. So with one of our machines can make enough to fill the screws for two of these, and then the constructor, if I look at the iron plates, so 30, so one of these machines can make 20, so 3 machines can make 60 iron plates, which is enough. So with 4 machines, 4 smelters, we can make 2 lots of these. We're not going to do that. We're probably only going to use 1 because we need a little bit of the overflow for our self-building until we can like overclock these and do a bunch of stuff and rebuild this. But for now, that's why I like doing cast screws, because it's nice and easy. Gives us basically 60 leftover screws, and we can make like 2 lots of plates, which would be 40, and then any spillover we can have for ourselves. Or yeah, we'll see how it works. But we definitely want each of those. And the other thing we have to think about is rotors, which I'm not sure how I'm going to do yet, because it's a hell of a lot of screws. It's a hell of a lot of screws. Yeah, we'll figure something out. For now, we want to get this basics thing going so we can start getting our materials again. So, we are going to have... How do we want to do this? Let's start on... Let's have all 3 of these make... Let's have 2 of these 2 on the end. Let's have them join. And actually, you know what? Let's have it done the other way. Let's have... that's not central. Let's have this go this way. I've done that completely wrong. So it'd be central and aligned. Right. Let's have these go here. So this will be, there's 60 iron ingots going this way. And then out from here, that'll curve around to this side path, and we'll have a constructor going off this way, and we'll have these two making plates. So these will just load balance here. Nice and easy. So they'll go into that, and then we've got 40 plates heading that way. And then these will merge back up on this side. Now we need more iron plates. I knew I was going to need a much more. What we could do, we could plug these into the thing just to have them make them, but I want to wait till the full machine's up and running. Right, that'll do. That'll do. Okay. Have these, yeah. So these running to here. So this will be 40 iron plates coming into here. Then here we'll have this run into screws. Which we can put, so we need 3. Where we need to think about where we're going to put this ergonomically. I don't really want to do them crossways. Sort of in the way like this, aren't they? If we're going to have this join the smelter, what we could do is then have, just for now, is that centralized? Yeah. Have the offshoots, oh that's not a good position. Have the offshoots go into there. Have this be centralized. Have a splitter here. But then again, it's not going to be exact, is it? Maybe we do make 60 lots of plates. I mean, what else are we using these other things for? Yeah, let's just plug all these all in. Let's just make 60 lots of plates. That'll make that easier. There we go. And then this, yeah, we'll do that. We'll do it that way. So these will need to be split into here. There we go. So that'll make 60 plates, and then we can more easily merge them and split them for the thing at the end. There, merge. There we go. So 60 going in, 90 going in, 60 coming out. So it means over here we can have the, oh yeah, this makes so much more sense. Right, now we can do 3 lots of constructors like so. Or actually, even better idea, maybe we can have them facing, means we've got a massive gap if we do that. We could have them facing this way. Like here. Then have this go out and round. Something to be said for that. I kind of like having the central thing clear, but yeah, it's going to be too much. So split and split. And this will actually, that's a good point. It might be better to load balance this, just so it works better from the get. So what we'll do, see, if we did it the way I just had it, this would fill up first, because it splits it evenly each time. So it'll be 60 will go 30-30 and then 15-15 up here, which won't be enough. It will eventually, because this will back up, and then it will split like 30, like 45-15, and then it will eventually catch up with itself. But because we're probably going to have this running for like this for a long time, we could just do it perfectly balanced instead. So where we have, why isn't this connecting? Oh, it's the wrong type. So we'll have this be a splitter. Where it splits 3 ways. Come on. Mouse just turned off. Hello. Mouse turn on, please. There we go. Mouse is back. Right. What was I saying? Splitter. Have this be in the middle. And then it'll fan out to all 3 this way, and we'll hook that into like that. So now 30 being split 3 ways will be oh, this is the wrong thing. 30 being split 3 ways will be once we turn this to 40 is 10 apiece. So now that 30 will be going into 3 lots of 10, which will be making us 120 screws. This is where we will need a little bit of a Mark II belt. But that's fine. Let's build the mergers. You need to merge that way. So 40, 40. So this needs to be a Mark II, and then whatever we do after needs to be a Mark II. Yeah, so this needs to be upgraded. Right, so we have 120 coming out here, and we have 60 coming out here. So this is going to split off in 2. So we'll have a storage tower there. No, we need to get some more. It's getting dark again. Need to get some more plates. What do we need to make some reinforced plates? We need some more screws. Because that's all we need. We just need reinforced plates for the Mark IIs. We built enough of them for now. Maybe that'll be enough. Okay, see that. Where's over here? Okay, right. So we're going to have a storage container here, and this is going to, for now, take half of these out. Split going in there. So this 60, 30 will be going to here, and this will be what we're keeping. Yeah, we'll keep that there until we maybe build the little storage thing at the end. Maybe, we'll see. For now, we just want to get this working. And the other 60 will go towards the other 30 will go towards the assembler for reinforced plates. So we want this to kind of be like so, and that will go straight to there. Over here, We want the same sort of thing. Let's upgrade this belt before I forget. We don't have logistics Mark II yet. Oh, that might be something we need to get. We don't have it yet. Okay. This is something we need. Okay. This might need a lot of manual crafting then. Coming up. Which is annoying. Right. Right, yeah, for now I'm just going to have to just do what I was going to do. Right, so this is going to come out... why did we got concrete? Oh, I put the concrete into the thing. Okay. Let's pick this up. Some more plates. We actually need so many plates. That's actually a lot for this Mark II. It's a lot more than I thought. That's fine. That's fine. We could, in theory, have the... we could, in theory, just have this side running, just to... and just have it go straight into here for now, just to help stockpile up with the plates. We don't have to have these machines turned on. Well, these machines, I should say, turned on. We can literally just pop a bunch of ore in here and have these run to make the plates for now. We'll use a temporary power option. Run this over here. And we'll have that plug straight into the grid. So at the very least they can be working away and helping build up bits. Getting our plates going. Right. Back to what I was thinking. Okay, right. These are going to come around here and they're going to split probably about there. We're going to have screws coming to here, so we're going to have these split about here. So they're going to there. So this long bit here will need to be Mark II. So 60 will go into here and the rest will go into there, because they will be making 5 here. So I have 60 going to there, 30 plates from there. Job done. Which leaves us 2 smelters at the end here for anything else. It'll probably needs to be rotors, so we can start making the smart plating too. Process for the space elevator, which is the goal. But before that, we need to stockpile a bunch of things, and we need we need a bunch more stitch iron plates, reinforced iron plates. Do we also do the same what we do here and just let these fill up to their heart's content? Maybe we do. Let's also do let these run. Delete this for now and just let these build up. hook this in to this here, look. Yeah, and we'll just let these tick away. Oh, I suppose what we could do as well, actually, we could just manually fill this and have this work. That might not be a bad idea. Let's have it hooked straight in. And then we'll have one of these here once we get some more plates. This should be starting to get some now. We'll have, yeah, we'll have these feed into there. So they can just, or they can just, we just chuck these in there and they can fill up. Yeah, that's a good shout. That works. Okay, let's, while we are waiting for this stuff to come in, let's make some. Let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of that. No, let's plan our rotors. So, what do rotors need? See, maybe copper rotors is a good way to go. No, these are odd numbers though. This is, it seems more doable. And they only need 2 per minute, so technically we only need half. We only need half of this, although we will need a bunch of them later on. But so 20 and 100 screws. 100 screws. So we could do 100 screws with obviously one smelter. How many rods do we get out of one lot? 50. So we get 30, which means we'll have 10 left over. So we could have 2 of these with rods off of one machine, and we'll have 10 left over. And then the other one will be doing another 120 screws. So we'd probably have another line. Yeah, that works. We'll have another line of screws come off of one of these. Yeah. Yeah, that totally works. That totally works. Right. Oh, it's this plate. I was wondering what was going wrong here. It's that because it's slow. Yeah, but everything else seems to be fine though. Okay, so now we're looking at where we're going to place this. So we could merge these and then split them again and have this run over the top and then build those machines over here. So we need 3 constructors in a line again. So we could do them like this. It's a bit hodgepodge, like it's not ordered, but it works. We can have another couple rows here. We can actually have our more reinforced plates, and they'll be built. So we have these first lot be the screws. So then we can merge all these. And it's basically the same sort of things we did over there. Merge these, and then we'll have this feed out that way. Oh, if you run out of plates, have some of those. And then we'll have these be the iron rods. think these have now run out of juice there as well. Yeah. Need one more. Come on. There we go. Right. These will be the rods. And they can merge in a similar way and head out that way. Yeah, so they'll head out that way. They'll head out that way. We'll have another assembler somewhere. Probably like here or something. So this is kind of temporary, this layout anyway. It doesn't have to be spot on. Right, that stuff is starting to wear off. Let's keep those going. Much more of those. Kind of just waiting for these to come in. 5 a minute. I can probably make them quicker in the crafting bench quicker. Where is it? Yeah, definitely can. How many? I think we need 8. What we wanted. Yeah. So we'll have another one of these. Let's have it be there. That's fine, I guess. So this will come out and be. So what's how many was here? 30, and you need. Oh, I wonder if we could overclock this. Not smart plating. Rotors. Like if you make this 5, it requires 125 screws per minute. That doesn't go up as nicely as I was hoping. Maybe not. What we do want to do is have a. Oh, we need the merger to be on there, don't we, really? Oh, I know. What we'll do is we'll have the container a little bit further up. Yeah, the container could be here. That way. We'll have the merger be... is that the right way? Yeah, like that. Is that right? No, it's not. Completely blanked what I was trying to do there. No, oh yeah, I know what I was trying to do. Right. You're saying like that. This stuff we're just not going to worry about. We're just going to let that over thingy itself. And then we're going to have another one for spare... another one for the spare rods. You got no... You've got no iron plates. Okay, we'll take those. No iron plates. Hello, Dan. How you doing? Right, we're going to have this over here. So this is making 30. That needs 20. So 30 splits 3 ways. So let's have this come out and be split 3 ways. Oh, this is difficult. Actually, let's make this. I'm going to load balance it. This is real messy. Let's have that merge this way, then let's have it split 3 ways. So these are 10 each. We need 2 to recombine to go into here, and then the other 10 can go into that. So we need another merger. So you 2 merge and then head into here, and this one at the back can head straight into this. This is going to be real messy. My factory is looking satisfactory. It's hardly a factory. It's getting past the early boring bits to get to the good stuff. I'm massively behind on basic resources. Oh, that's running out. Maybe I should just power these. Yeah. Let's just turn these on so we can get proper power. Rev up, please. So we need more plates. Oh, I know what I can do. I guess I could mine some. Back to boring old handcrafting. The only thing is we're not too far off being able to turn the factory on. Oh, no, that's the wrong thing. I want plates. Because once this is on, then we should have most of the basic materials being made, and then we could focus on doing the copper up, and then we could build the space elevator, then we could do the smart plates, and then we can completely redesign all this. This is literally just to get us started. You need to go into there. You need a bit more plates. Okay. We're waiting for these to turn on. These plates should start coming in soon over here. Well, that has been fed. Yep, that's okay. You know what? We could power the second one. We're okay with the screws being made, right? Yeah. Yeah, let's power the second one as well. That way we have all 3 of these being done. Get me up there. That way we have all 3 of these working, because this is being split there. And then we have this one, which is doing our first lot of screws. Oh yeah, we still need to merge these and actually send these up here. That's fine. We want to get this working first. So here there's going to be a 20 backlog, which we can't do anything about until we get smart splitters, but it doesn't really matter. And this we want to go into there so we have leftover rods. And then this will be our rotors, which one needs to go into one of these, but we need more plates. Here we go, plates. Now we need more rods. Oh, so much stuff we need. Okay. Basic materials. Oh, I should have left my old factory running. Then I wouldn't have to worry about all this. Right, we need... Right, make the ingots. Then we'll make the iron rods. Can't remember how many we needed. Let's just go with that for now. Right, plates going. That's going. This is going into here. Right. Oh, that's not pretty. There we go, that's better. Right, so now the rods can work. Now we can set that up. That's fine. The only thing we need is to plug that in and to give this a box for the rotors. So the rotors can go into there once we get some more plates. You got mud on your face, you big disgrace. I don't know what that's a reference. Oh, is that because of the sound the mining makes? The tink tink tink. Yeah. I get you. Right, let's hook this in. And please, I hope we've got enough to hook this up and not have to worry about it. We need splitters. We don't need that last one. Right. This will be a wee bit slow because it's a manifold setup, but it should be okay. We need a merger up here for these two. Is that in line? Yeah, I think it is. And you two go into here, and you lot go straight into that. Conveyor belt too steep. What do you mean it's too steep? Is that in line? No, it's not. Can I? Oh, it's an awkward angle. Is that what the problem is? Yeah, it is a little bit, isn't it? Maybe we can move all these back a bit. That'll make it better. We do it like so. So this needs to be a splitter facing that way. Too far back. There we go. Then that should hook in. Nice and straight. Yeah, cool. Let me just hook everything up. Oh, one more plate. One more plate. Get me to the plate. Here. Hook this in. Okay. So that should now work into that. And we're not going to go straight into smart plates. We're just going to let them build up a little bit. You can now be split. This will be slow to start, but we're going to let that happen. Right, let's set up the proper... let's set up the proper power. Because this is real messy. Let's turn off all the wires. You can stay. I don't know if I like you going into all three, but I kind of want you to go to be like 2 central pillars. There we go. And then this one can turn off. you go to the end. Hello? Oh, that one. Right, then we'll run this all the way down. And these can do maybe 2 of these each. Need some cable. Do we have any wire? Yes, we do. Let's make some cable real quick. I know we have back up in the base, but right, let's get back to dosh, and dosh. So these all should have power, or they will do once it's hooked up. Yep, that's over there. These 3 need power, and there's currently a grid in the middle, so this just needs to be hooked up to one of these. Okay, so that'll be hooked up. These 3 will need their own power as well. That power line doesn't need to go in. So you can come down to there. You first 2 in. Then you can go here. And you can power this one, and this one. And that should be every single machine once we hook this in. Oh, we don't have enough. We need a connection point for this. Let's have it be a, because these also need to connect. So you need this over here. You need to have down there. No, that's too ugly. I don't want that to be like that. That connection's full. Why is all this over here? Do we need all of this? Oh, that's connected to our grid up there, isn't it? We'll sort this out nicer in a minute. What we'll do is we'll have another external power pole, so we know it's the main pole, and we'll have that connect. We just need to get up there, and we'll have one of these in the middle. So we'll then now have this connect to that. This is what connects to, if we look at the base, and then this connects to the main pole. So now this shouldn't need to be here. And we should have everything up and running. It should all be good. We need a good aerial view. Let's go up there. And hopefully we shouldn't see any red lights. How are we doing for power as well? Hopefully our main power network is... yeah, it's fine. Right, let's head up here. And have a top-down view. See what's going on. Let's pick up some of this while we're going. I can hear an orb or something. That might be the summer sloop, which I believe is in a cave beneath me. Oh, there's that. Right. Oh, that guy. So yeah, that's still running in. That seems to be working. That's going to get backed up, but that all should work. That should go into there. Yeah, that looks fine. That looks fine for now. Let's get this slug real quick while we can. Oh, we get knocked off the edge. Jump. Nope. Okay, I'm good. Let's try and not die and go down this way. But yeah, this looks okay. Let's make it a close-up inspection, make sure it's all going okay. Yeah, this is going to be slow until we can get Mark 2s, because we just don't have the capacity. And also, this is running off. This is running off of too much anyway. Oh, what we could do, we could have just one of these split off, couldn't we? Yeah, because it's only 40. That's a good shout. Let's do that. Let's have this be like up here and have a merger. That's a splitter. We want a merger. And then we'll have another splitter here. Oh, we need this to be sort of even. There we go. That way, this 40 that comes out here can be split. Actually, we don't need this at all. This can go. This can just go straight like this, right? So this 40 now can be split 20-20. So now the 20 is left over, and we've got 40. So 20, 40 is 60, and the other 40 is 100. So now it's just a straight 100 going in there. It's perfect. And this is gets mixed up with that leftover 60. So we've got 80 leftover screws going in. Boom. Okay, I knew there was something. And then we got this messy, this messy thing over here. This messy equalizer for the leftovers, because we're load balancing. And then we've got this manifold at the back, which will eventually even out. But for now, this is the start of it. This is the iron facility as it is. But we need this Mark II to get it fully functional, and then we can start on the copper and get that ready to go. Oh, let's check our power. How are we doing? Because they're getting backed up in the first slot. That's good. Do we have any in the spare? No. We still have a bunch of that going in to be made. Okay. And that bottleneck is because it requires a Mark II. Yeah, okay. Power will be fine for now then. Okay, so what we're going to do, we need to get this Mark II stuff done. It's boring, but we need to kind of push through and get this ready. So concrete, reinforced plates, and all that stuff. We could actually start planning the copper stuff at the top as well, because we're going to need cable, wire, and sheets. We don't have an overflow prevention system, but that's a ways off. Right, so concrete. So I guess get the rest of these done. Okay. So a little bit more time. Actually, you know what? While we wait, let's go and get those stingers down here and get some mycelium.
The fruit of this fungus-like flora does not seem to show much potential for use. However, its mycelial network is worth further investigation. Research it in the MAM to establish classification and potential application.
Right, there's an arachnid warning coming up. If you don't like spiders... Oh, might have been a bit too late there. Oh, where'd it go? Or things that look like spiders. There we go. There's a bunch of them in here.
Samples of unknown alien species acquired. Initial data suggests these are predators, but notably they do not have a traditional mouth or eyes. There are, however, numerous cavities on their head which could fulfill a similar function. Research the remains in the MAM to establish classification and potential countermeasures.
Where is it? There it is. These things are really annoying. And they can scare the hell out of you. Here's the summer sloop.
The Summer Sloop was named after Marie Somerville, co-founder of Fixit and head of its R&D department. There are many theories about the origin of this shape and why this symbol mathematically resembling a Mobius strip has found its way to both human and extraterrestrial culture. Thankfully, you don't need to know any of these theories to be a pioneer. Research it in the MAM to establish locally appropriate classification and application. Fun fact: the planet you are on was found and named during a planet spotting event Marie hosted named Marie's Awesome Scientific Search of the Avant-Garde Exoplanets.
Massage. Massage. A wee bit closer. Right, where's the MAM? Let's research this mycelia.
The mycelial networks of these fungi
fabric.
possess unusually resilient hyphae, which show potential for making a strong but
Okay, thank you. I think we can make some biomass to help with that. To get the next research going. Start research. This should unlock a parachute. Yeah.
Research
More hair
completed.
slots.
Fabric recipe unlocked. New mycelia research available.
What's the thing we got? Iron wire. Let's just keep that locked in now so we don't get iron wire again. And maybe eventually we'll pick up the extra inventory slots for more inventory space here. Right, yeah, we're just waiting for more of this to come in. Oh, I'm just thinking, I bet you we've got so much cable and stuff over here. Cable, we've probably got tons of wire. Yeah, getting lots of it. We do need to start looking at that up there soon. Actually, we can start doing that now. While we're waiting for things to come in. Figure out how we're going to set it up. We need to clear the area. Okay, so I think we're going to use this space basically for our copper. Clear this. Yeah, so let's go to our foundation. I'm going to have this feed down and sit somewhere here. Right, what's a good elevation? Is that off the ground? It is. Kind of want it to be change to super mode. Oh, that's not bad. yeah, so I have that feed down here somewhere. And it's only one line, so you can actually have that on a bit of a manifold. No, it's only one line. It's not really a manifold. But it could be easy to overclock and massively outproduce stuff. But yeah, it looks like we need more iron plates, which is going to be the thing. Kind of waiting for everything to build itself. You know what, this takes precedence actually. We should, rather than work on that, we should send these up. Oh, I need 8 more left. Maybe we can handcraft them. Handcraft a bunch of them. Three more plates. There's 2. Let's wait to see it come out. Grab the last one. There it is. Okay, that should be our Mark II. Now we need a bunch of plates for bang! Let's have
Milestone
that
reached.
ready.
Fixit would like to remind you of your contractual obligation towards efficiency. Recreational use of belts and lifts does not count towards work hours and will put you on the list. Stay efficient, don't disappoint Fixit.
Mark II! So now we can get belts which do 120 items per minute, not just 60, which is what we need for some of our buildings already. Which is nice. So let's kind of get this going again. Is that going to overhang eventually? No, it'll be fine. So this is going to come down. We might actually have it come down this way and go forward. For now, let's disconnect this. Anything it's already got you can have, but apart from that, this is the end of the copper there, and we won't need the raw copper. Okay, so we're going to have the miner going over here into as much as the middle as possible, and that's going to go into a Mark 1. And we need it facing that way. Thing, and that'll come down here. And then that will be split between 2. Split is 4. That'll be split between 2 smelters. One there and one beside it. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this way. So if we want to, we can overclock this and have a bunch more. Actually, you know what? Let's have it face that way, so the components build that way rather than. Yeah, that makes more sense. Let's do a splitter. Is that central? Yes. Oh, but it's not going to play nice with that, is it? Okay. We'll do it on this line then. There we go. I built a merger. You want to split up, please? Splitter that way. in there. Then you are going to come along in the middle here. And we're going to have a smelter in front of this. Another one there. Going to there, going to there. You're going to do copper, and you're going to do copper. So this is going to be 60 copper. These are going to merge together. Let's merge them this way. Once we have more things. So merge together. Then we need to figure out what of each do we need. So copper wire, copper sheets needs 20 per minute. Okay. And wire needs 15. Okay. Alright. I think I have an idea. But we need to make sure we're up to scratch on everything here as well. Make sure the resources are coming in. Oh, we need... Right, what was the first thing we needed to make sure was the right belt length? Was these, wasn't it? That and that. We need 2 more. One. You know what? Let's handcraft some. Oh, we need some rods. Okay. This should be building up now. There we go. Let's handcraft some of these. Okay, that should do that. Right. We have 20 into 40. 60. Oh, it's this that needs to be 120, right? Yeah, okay, that's that one. And this needs to be 120. Yeah. And that should fix that up. Yes. Okay, that makes that a lot more efficient. Actually works like at a proper rate. Same here. That's that. Does this need to be? Yeah, 40-40. So this is a Mark II, right? Yeah. Is the slowdown coming because this is full of screws? No. Not necessarily. Okay. Is there any other places where we need the Mark IIs? Not really. I mean, we could do this, but we don't need to. That's what's working. Okay. So that's just that's basically just running. Right, let's head back up here and sort this out. Yeah. Let's continue to work on this. So, right, let's have these merge. So let's start with figuring out the cable first, because the cable's going to need has a pre-component. So we've got 60 going there. So cable requires. Oh, we need more reinforced plates. Thought we had a bunch. Cable requires 60 wire, I want to say. To make everything here, I think we might need to overclock to make everything we want to make. But that should do for now. So constructors, so that's coming out that way. Yeah, so the cable needs 60 wire, and yes, you need 2 of these for the wire to go into one lot of cable. And that's half our supply of copper already. That's half our copper. So we've got 30 left. And we will want some just normal wire. 15, and then how much is the copper sheets? Requires 20. So we could do just backpedal this to 25 maybe? No, 20? We want it so it makes like, there we go, 20 wire per minute, and then we'll have the other one be that. So it's 30. Wait, yeah, 20, 30, and then we got the 230s there, so you got the whole lot. Yeah, that works out. That works out. We need to cut this down though. Okay, I'm going to try and get this done in the next half hour before I end the stream. It's not bad amount of work done for 3-ish hours. Just casually fall to my death. Right, we need to get some more plates. Okay, add on next slot here. There we go. So splitter, and we'll do that to slightly future-proof it. Okay. So these two are making. What are these two making? Oh, you're making the copper, right? You should go forward a bit. There you go. So that's the cable, and then that's the thingy. That's that. Okay. Then we do storage towers. We'll probably just have 3 of them like that, right? Storage containers. Have one there. Have one there, one there. Have that feed into one. This feed into one, and that the other one feed into one. Yeah. Nice. And then we'll get the power on, and that's that done. Okay, plug that in, and plug that in. And we'll have this be our power pylon, so we know where a thinging is. Oh, I wanted to bosh. Let's have that there. Right, and then this hooks up there. Have this hook there. So this goes to this. Up here. And then we need to connect these last lot of stuff up. And that should all work once we hook this in. Which means we don't need any of this. All this machinery can go. And clear up some of these pipelines. Right, that's that. You are still needed. I don't think you are needed. There we go, right, that can hook straight into there. That hooks into the mains. And that should all be coming online. That should all be coming online. Should go check this. Yep, that looks about right to me. Okay, there's one more thing I want to do before logging off, and that's just setting up a tower. So we're going to look at everything that we've done today. Just quickly go up there. So next time we'll probably get that online to double up that. We're going to smash through some of these things. We'll build this space elevator and try and rocket towards coal power. And setting up the modular frame factory, which will probably be around here somewhere. That'll be our first little satellite that we'll have to port into this main area. We'll also need a sync system. We do need to make a sync system because things will get too much at some point. And there's always stuff you want to buy with the sync program. Right, let's build the lookout tower. Okay, this is everything we've done today. So we've got our main power grid there. For now, it's giving us, I think, like 240 megawatts of power. What is it? 30 times. There's like 8 of them. I think it's 240. Which at the moment is powering. This is our starter iron facility. Taking all these iron nodes, making the most advanced components, the reinforced iron plates, the rotors, which eventually will be turned into smart plates for the elevator. We've got 3 lots of doing. We've got overflow for screws, I was to say nails, plates, rods, everything we can want from the beginning. We've just finished doing our copper facility up here, a copper platform which is doing wire, cable and sheets. We've got some limestone being made into concrete. Eventually we'll move that one over here as well. Ideas. So this is going to be, like I said, this is going to be the main place where this is going to get built up the most. We're going to have a modular frame factory probably here that's eventually going to ship stuff around to here, and when we eventually make like a small like localized storage system, which may be over here or in the middle here, I'm not too sure, or we might put it up here, but this is a bit no way if you've got to move stuff from here. This is really kind of be like the mega base. There is somewhere over here, I think, is coal and iron, where we will do some steel and we'll ship that over here. There is a SAM site around here somewhere. There's Deuterium over here that we can lock into at some point. There's more copper. There's a big iron bit over here we can use for something. And yeah, then obviously our coal facility will be back here at some point. Yeah, that's it, basically. That's the plan. And yeah, that's the first day of Satisfactory and Chill. Thank you for anyone that's watching. And I don't know when the next one will be, but yeah, it was good. I'll catch you guys later.